Hi, this is Liz with Big Tex Worms. I've had a few people, pardon my goats bang over here, trying to get on in the video. I've had a few people ask me exactly how I operate my water trough bin, so I'm just going to kind of give you a little visual on how I do it. Basically, I divide the bin into 3 parts just with my mind. I don't have dividers in the bin. Here's my dog coming to say hello. And I work my bin left to right. So I start a bin like this one over here. Let me walk over here. This would be a new bin that I'll start in the spring. I worked everything down to fit in this other bin for the winter, so I only have to be really operating one bin. So let's say I'm starting a new bin in one of these big, huge water troughs that are made for horses, but that's what I use. Anyway, I start with about 20 gallons of active worm bedding from my other bin and about 15 pounds of worms, and then so that's just in the left third. Then I would add about 30 to 40 pounds of fresh bedding, which what I use for bedding in my worm bins to sell worms is I use peat moss and then my goat manure. So that's what I use in these. So then I'd put about 20 to 40, maybe 50 pounds of that in the middle section, and then I'd start feeding my worm chow in the middle to get the worms from the left after they've finished that to start moving over, and then I would add a third section and go from there. So back to this other bin over here. Excuse me, Emma. This other bin over here is pretty much finished. So over here on the left, you can see that this is pretty much all composted over here. So this is my castings over here on the left. See, it's pretty much finished. In the middle, it's still got some bigger debris in it. And over here on the right, I'm feeding. So it's gonna have, bigger, thicker, more fibrous debris, and I'm feeding my worms over here. So I work left to right, and so I don't work bottom to top. I work left to right. So that way, as I'm working, I can start grabbing castings from the left without having to remove the whole top layer of worms and dig down below. That's just not going to work for me. So I work left to right in these big trough bins, not top to bottom. I hope that answers some of the questions some people were asking for me. For me, it works really well to use these. I just have a big piece of wood that I put on top, protect them from the environment and from predators and from my chickens. And then when I work them during the day, I open them up and let some air get in there. So if you have any questions, please post it right here on the YouTube page, or you're welcome to come to my website, bigtexworms.com, and ask me any questions over there as well. Happy worming!